Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Halloween time, so I thought I would do a very easy and simple sugar skull. I also made my own headpiece, so if you want to see how I did it, the link is down below. It's not perfect, but I had a lot of fun doing it. So here it is. I'm starting to prime my face with Smashbox Photo Finish. And then with the Sephora Nude pencil, I'm trying to map out my bone structure. My dark circles make it extremely easy because it's very defined. But if your eyes are not as defined or you have smaller features, just make smaller circles. Then I'm going to go over it with a black kohl pencil. This one is by Chanel. And I do want to apologize because my mirror was a little too low. So my small forehead is the main character here. To prime my eyes, I'm using Soft Ochre by MAC. And that's going all over my lids because we're going to use gel liner all over my lids. And underneath as well. I'm using a gel liner by Maybelline. This one, it was a little dry, so I mixed it with Duraline by Inglot. Looking back now, I see that I should have used a little bit more of that Duraline because it wasn't as smooth as I would like it to. But I didn't have any black face paint, so I improvised. And at the end, I was very happy with the results. To set all that blackness, I'm using Bobbi Brown, I don't know the name of this shadow, but it is plain black, matte, no shimmer. Notice that I'm dabbing the color on instead of swiping it because I don't want to move what I did, so just pressing that color on. Then I'm going to use my Morphe 350 palette, and I'm going to use that color right there in that corner, and that's going on my lid, and I am definitely not being very precise with it because I want the eyes to be a little bit more on the messy side. So I'm just pressing that color on the lid and then blending it up to the crease, and again, not being precise at all. Now I'm going to go in with my Inglot Fun colors, just mixing those two colors right in my inner corner. And I'm using these colors just based on the flowers that I was able to find for my headpiece. Going back to the Morphe palette, I'm using that middle top row color, which is like a golden bronzy color. Just going in my lower lashes, connecting the two colors and bringing it down to just a tiny bit because I want the edges to be black. And here is where I messed up. I started using a white face paint and it was just not what I had in mind. It was a little thick and it was blotchy and it wasn't blending how I wanted it to blend. So I just took it off and used the lightest foundation that I found. And this one is the Granftobian HD foundation. A tiny bit goes a super long way with this foundation, so I'm definitely going very heavy-handed with it. So I'm just applying it with the brush first and then blending it out with the sponge, trying to not go over the edges of the black. I feel like I should have used a black background because my face kind of blends in with the back. So to set it, I am using the Allure Mercier International powder, I think it's called. No, it's called Universal powder. And I hate that powder. I bought it once and I have it there, so I think only for moments like this is when I would use it. For my contour colors, I will be using those Inglot colors, that orange and the red. So I'm starting with the orange first, trying to build the color and blending it up to my hairline. Then I'm taking that red color right there just to build a little bit of more dimension, and I kind of wish I would have left it more defined. I feel like towards the end I blended it out too much, but we live, we learn. To add a tiny bit of that harsh contour, I grabbed that blue right there and just gave myself extra definition. For my lips, I'm using that same red eyeshadow, just placing it all over my lips, literally like a lipstick, but without the definition because I wanted to seem like the color is kind of feathering out. So I'm going back with a fluffier brush to blend out the edges. Then I'm going to grab that same black eyeshadow that I used to set my eyes, and I'm going to place it right in the inside of the lip, top and bottom. And it kind of looks cool that my lips are so dry. It makes it look a little creepier, I think. And for the rest of my lip design, I am using the same gel liner I used for my eyes. The same thing happened here. I didn't add enough Duraline, so this one in the center is a little bit thicker because the color just wouldn't run. And also, I started using a thicker brush, and then I had to switch to this one, which is really small. To add a little extra dimension for the eyes, I'm grabbing that yellow color from my palette from Inglot, and I'm just kind of creating a little bit of shadow around the black, but without going on the black. And then in the outer corner towards the hairline, I am using the lime green color that I have in that palette. And if you want to know all the numbers of these eyeshadows from Inglot, I'm going to have them down in the description bar. Then I'm adding a tiny bit of the purple just because the wig that I have is purple. And just adding a tiny bit of Mehron metallic powder in copper as a highlight. For the nose, I just used the same Chanel kohl pencil, and I couldn't decide on the shape that I wanted, so I made it uneven, and then I tried to make it even after, and I think actually uneven would have been prettier. For the rest of the decorations, I'm using the Ben Nye LW wheel. It's a little bit of a metallic paint. And to add the little stones around my eyes, I'm just using regular eyelash glue. This one is the duo clear one. And if you don't have the patience I had to put all of these on, just get bigger ones because it would be much quicker. It took so long I had to stop and eat something. I also added a tiny bit of the metallic powder in the center of my lips just to add that extra dimension. And for the design for my chin, I decided to just do a little pretty flower. I'm using an eyeliner by Physicians Formula, which I'm allergic to around my eyes, but I can use it on my face. So this was perfect because this one is actually almost new. To fill those in, I am using the same the same Ben Nye wheel, and then setting them with the same eyeshadows from that Inglot palette that I made. These Ben Nye cream wheels are super easy to use. All you gotta do is add a little bit of water and they look so beautiful. So for the design on the sides, I'm just using the gel liner again. And then I did little tears next to my nose. And then I added some purple shadow after to give it more depth. Then I'm throwing some mascara on as always. This is the L'Oreal Butterfly. And to add a little more innocence to this beautiful, gentle look, I'm using a tiny bit of that blush by MAC, which I can't remember the name of it, but I'll have it for you. And I'm using it also in my jawline, so it kind of matches with my purple wig. Which brings me to this. The wig was so strong, the color is so strong, and the headpiece is so beautiful that I didn't want to do too much on my face. So I just added these little flowers on the side. And use the same wheel by Ben Nye and added the red one here and the purple on the other side. And to add a little sparkle to this very simple everyday look, I am using the NYX palette that I've had for a while. I don't even know if they make that anymore. So I'm just literally pressing that on with my finger everywhere where I think the shimmer should go. And looking back now, I think I should have put more because the camera doesn't really pick up how beautiful it looked in real life. And to add a little extra depth to the look, I just added a little shadow on the sides, pop some lashes on, and that's it. You're done. So this is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. And if you like, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And check out the video of the headpiece because it's beautiful and super easy, a lot easier than what I thought. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.